Was there a single moment you decided you wanted to be in a band?
There was definitely a light switch moment in my life when rock and roll music sort of landed like an asteroid, which was when I first heard the album Killers by Iron Maiden. My parents are both into sort of classical music and church music, and sort of music just hadn't really featured particularly strongly in my life because I hadn't really listened to much that grabbed me and that I particularly liked. And then I heard that record and everything changed. And I'm quite sort of I like to have a go. Do you know what I mean? I'm quite participatory in my character generally. So pretty much straight away I wanted a guitar. I'm not sure that I had concrete ideas about what that would then entail in terms of the rest of my life, but I definitely wanted to get involved.
How would you describe the feeling when you finished writing Be More Kind?
Relief. Which I know sounds a little sort of jaded in a way, but like I find the performing and touring part of what I do for a living, I find it's hard work and there are moments of it that are quite stressful, but generally speaking it's something I enjoy, it's something that I'm sort of confident I can do well. By contrast, writing songs and then indeed recording them and arranging them is something I find much more stressful and that I'm much less confident about in a way. So when I got to a point where I felt like I could sort of close the notebook on the songs on Be More Kind, I felt relieved for that reason, and also just relieved that I felt like I'd written a good suite of songs, because I think every single time I come to write more music, there's part of me that worries that the barrel will be empty, and I actually feel like these are some of the better songs that I've written in my life, so that was nice.
Now you're playing 4 shows at the Roundhouse as part of your Lost Evenings festival. Are there any stage moves that you wish you could pull off but can't?
Yes, very many, in fact. I am a terrible dancer. A friend of mine sort of observed the other day that my sort of very, very, very gradual evolution towards Freddie Mercury continues apace, and there's certainly an ambition in there, and he was one of the great performers of all time, and I like to consider myself a performer, but I'm really quite terrible at moving on stage. That I've got a sort of like dad at a wedding sort of Saturday Night Fever type thing that I can pull off every now and again. It's not what I would put at the top of my CV. Hopefully my movements on stage just display enthusiasm and engagement with the art. But there's loads of things I wish to do. I mean, when I saw Springsteen do the knee slide at the Super Bowl, I was very impressed.
What would you say is the biggest departure with this album from Positive Songs for Negative People?
The instrumentation and the arrangement, really. I mean, I spent a lot of time messing around with new approaches, new technology, new instrumentation. We had a whole sort of week in the studio playing with vintage analog synthesizers. I spent an entire morning trying to figure out how to switch on a bass synth, which was fun. But, I sort of really wanted to quite deliberately kind of get out of my musical comfort zone, because Positive Songs was an attempt to make a record that sounded and felt like the live show that I do with the Sleeping Souls, which it does. So that was a successful experiment. Messing around with kind of looping things and sonic editing and sort of bringing in some sort of more kind of electro glitch kind of influences was really, really fun and challenging and really difficult, because these are not things I naturally know how to do. So it took a while, but it was really, really fun.
Who did you last swear at and why?
I swore at my cat this morning. Because she was going mental and attempting to... She's got this thing, she doesn't like me working on my laptop, so she comes and stands on the keyboard, which is occasionally endearing and occasionally kind of annoying.
What's your cat's name, out of interest?
My cat is called Boudicat, named after Queen Boudica.